Welcome to this introductory video of 101 blockchains on blockchain in finance. If you want to understand how the technology is disrupting the financial services space and drive a change to your career, this video will tell you how. And most importantly, it will tell you how you can do it with the support of 101 blockchains. 101 blockchains community presents several elements of value. It is trusted. Over 15,000 professionals visit 101 blockchains to get insights and inspiration. Read real stories on Trustpilot and G2 Crowd. It gives strategic advice. You will gain a clear understanding of how enterprises make their projects successful. It is practical. You will focus on your transformation with up-to-date, actionable tools. The finance industry is no different from any other in terms of challenges to face and risks to mitigate. And this slide shows the most critical areas of attention. The following slides will give clear examples of the risk and challenge factors that hinder the proper execution of financial supply chain operations. Later in the presentation, the experience of 101 Blockchain's community members will contribute to explain how these issues can be positively impacted by the use of blockchain-based applications. The number one element of risk for any digitally based infrastructure comes from malicious cyber attacks. Cybercriminals are constantly creating new ways to hack into online systems, and 101 Blockchain's research finds that the finance sector is 300 times more likely to be targeted by cybercriminals. Most financial companies still rely on legacy infrastructures with outdated hardware support systems. The IT department is often mistakenly considered as a cost center, hence always subject to budget scrutiny and low priorities for investments. One of the likely explanations for this poor strategic perspective is that only a handful of top-level executives have a real information technology background. Continuing with the factors that burden the proper execution of financial services operations, complicated regulations are indeed an element that financial companies have to deal with. Rapidly changing legislations and cybersecurity standards are forcing financial firms to constantly update their policies, making it harder to maintain compliance. Regulatory compliance is typically relevant during cross-border transactions. Usually, it can take up to 6 business days to process a cross-border payment, and the processing fees of cross-border payments, including bank charges, are extremely high. The processing of data brings potentially a great number of information that can be used by banks to better profile customers and assess the profitability of the offered products and services. Data collection, however, generates data silos that tend to represent a barrier rather than an opportunity for financial firms. 101 Blockchain's research also finds that not only financial institutions have the necessary analytical tools to harness the full power of big data, a situation aggravated by a lack of transparency on how banks use the data collected from their customers. The abundance of data is also the consequence of an expanded use of e-commerce. Without proper financial support and security, this shift increases the risk of theft of bank credentials. The more data is transacted online, the more the financial industry is unable to tackle the alarming number of identity thefts. Know your customer procedures are the solution prepared by banks to prevent thefts and criminal use of identities. However, it is a fact that KYC procedures involve too much paperwork. KYC is not only time-consuming and wasteful for customers. The additional problem is that customers have to go through repetitive and proprietary KYC procedures every time they want to open an account with a new bank. As the slide diligently shows, the increasing amount of identity thefts, money thefts, and extremely low service is causing the customers to lose trust in financial companies. One Blockchains prepared a series of courses to explain how the problems mentioned up to now can be resolved by a proper use of blockchain-based applications. There are for sure even more use cases than the ones shown in this slide. The sure thing is that, based on One Blockchain's research among its community members, the use cases presented in the courses are a solid foundation that allow you to gain the necessary knowledge to improve your career opportunities. Blockchain-based cross-border transactions offer a faster transaction settlement that drives to low transaction fees. In addition, banks will enjoy better transparency, security, and affordability compared to traditional financial practices. Smart contracts are one of the peculiar elements of blockchain technology. Their adoption in financial transactions automates the whole process by using pre-established rules and offers better dispute mitigation compared to traditional procedures. Distributed and secured recording storage on blockchain provides immutable and distributed storage facilities that are immune to corruption. This not only eliminates the chance of complete loss of record compared to paper-based record keeping, but also dissolves the operational costs to manage paper-based data storage methods. The previously described issues of current complex and cumbersome KYC procedures is promptly resolved by blockchain-based applications. By ensuring full interoperability among banks, blockchain removes the need for overcomplicated financial practices, such as financial history and source of money, to transfer the identity of the customer between financial institutions. With an improved visibility of the users of financial products and services, banks can strengthen their anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing practices. A blockchain network makes every transaction visible on the ledger and, with permission protocols, imposes an entry barrier only to verified identities. The increased level of visibility and trust generated by a blockchain-based network facilitates banks to keep up with the ever-charging legislation and cybersecurity standards. By storing verified immutable data on a blockchain infrastructure, the compliance department of a financial institution can share files securely with the regulators. Blockchain offers immutable storage for data, and this increases data security, making it nearly impossible for cybercriminals to breach financial data. Blockchain applications also ensure transparency within financial organizations, and this helps to establish customer trust. Transparency, data aggregation, and tracking reduce the risk in financial practices. Central bank digital currencies are an innovative feature made possible by blockchain protocols. The innovation develops a new type of digitized and distributed global economic model, while it promotes the possibility to create a fully functioning cashless society. To summarize, the introduction of blockchain-based applications in the financial supply chain offers an alternative to traditional banking to a large portion of unbanked and underbanked population in the world. Most importantly, the use of blockchain protocols to manage financial transactions could replace predatory financial business practices. This slide shows that the blockchain in finance courses prepared by One Blockchains provide actionable tools to better manage your career in the financial sector. These tools are not only focused on blockchain-based use cases, they go beyond the technicalities and prove that prominent names in the financial industry are already investing heavily in blockchain-based solutions. This information is relevant for those of you that want to build a career based on leveraging their knowledge on central bank digital currencies and expand it to other forms of tokenized digital assets, such as lands, commodities, currencies, debt, and equity, just to name a few. After taking the Blockchain in Finance courses, you will be ready to contribute to create awareness, education, and fight the skepticism that still poses a roadblock to blockchain adoption in the financial sector. One-on Blockchains offers you a set of blockchain masterclasses and courses that make you ready to operate in the financial industry. The Blockchain in Finance Masterclass increases your skills and prepares you to take the Central Bank Digital Currency Masterclass. Both masterclasses represent the pillars for the Enterprise Blockchains and Trade Finance course. To complete the picture of its Academy services, One-on Blockchains offers you a career path that, from a certified enterprise blockchain professional, increases your skills to become an enterprise blockchain architect. Both certificates represent the pillar of a certified blockchain security expert. You cannot jumpstart these certifications if you want to be a trusted advisor for your company and for your clients. This slide illustrates the foundational elements of the Enterprise Blockchain Professional Certification courses offered to you by One-on Blockchains. As a member of the One-on Blockchains community, you can integrate with additional resources the content of the masterclasses and certification courses. Together with the informative Enterprise Blockchains Fundamentals free course, you have the opportunity to register for free and listen to blockchain think tank webinars and conferences. One-on Blockchains can prove it is trusted, strategic, and practical. Don't take our word for it. Check what your peers say of us. One-on Blockchains wishes to thank you for your time in watching this video. We look forward to welcoming you in the world of enterprise blockchain certified professionals in the finance sector.